We're going to just go through a couple of things. This is just a quick video on how to add an additional photograph to an existing finding. In this case, we're going to use this report I already have in the system, and if we go to the findings window, we have these photographs available, and let's say that we wanted to add an additional photograph to a finding we'd already entered. The simple way to do that is just double click on the photograph and bring it into the photograph processing box here. We can edit the photo, try to sharpen it up, brighten it up, do all sorts of things. We can actually put circles on it. We can undo that if we don't like it. We can take our line feature and put some arrows. Again, by clicking the undo, we can remove those items. And in this case, what I want to do is add this photograph to a previously entered finding. The finding I had entered was had to do with electrical modifications or additions noted. One way of doing that, and the way that most of you probably have done it, possibly, is you would go to the actual electrical findings box right up here, and just to give you an idea, we'll go ahead and click that in, go down to circuit wiring. We can drop down here and find that 5470 electrical additions or modifications noted. Many of you probably have just done that and figured, well, I've got to enter the finding again, and so we would enter our additional information. If we were going to do that, click on our letter code and enter the finding. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to put a duplicate finding. We just want to put an additional photograph. So one way of doing that from here would be just going to the photo setup box, and you'll see that 5470, which matches our electrical additions or modifications noted, and by just clicking here, we can send that photograph on over into our report and match it up with that previously entered finding. There's actually an easier way of doing that, and if we double click here, there's our photograph. We're going to go ahead and move it back to our WIP folder for example purposes, and now I'm going to show you the simpler way of doing that, the one that's I think is faster once you get used to it. So again, we bring the photograph over into the electrical or actually into the photo editing box, and down here this is where we would try to improve its quality a little bit. It's better if you take better photographs. But now you'll notice down here, these are all the findings we entered in the report. Now this tells us right here that the findings are listed in order of entry, right? So now if we go down here and we find that 5470, that would be right here, correct? Well, let's say we weren't sure what the finding number was. You can actually go back and find it just by clicking on these items and then mousing over, and it's going to tell you. Now we know that it's in the 5 series, so if we go down here and look for the 5s, and here we go, there's the first one, 5470. It brings that finding number right up here into the box. We can confirm it by mousing over after we've selected it, and it tells us this is electrical additions or modifications noted, ceiling fans noted to be installed. So now we can just go right up here and press this button, print text under picture, and now if we go back to the photo manager, we can go down here and find that, yep, there it is. There's our photograph. Again, I'm going to move this back. This is an actual report and I don't want to alter it. But that's how easy it is to do some of these tasks that many of you want to do and maybe didn't know how to do before. I hope this helped you a little bit. Again, if you ever need support, you can reach us at area code 916-635-0121. Thanks and have a nice day.